Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Raquel. To GCU, you've applied to GCU. GCU is on your list to go to, schools to go to. GCU, you just want to know about GCU, or you're going to GCU in the fall. So this video, I'm going to tell you the pros and cons, my personal opinions of how I feel about GCU. Don't take these into action from my opinion, but I hope these will help you. I've been going to GCU for about a year. I am a 2024 student, so I'll be a sophomore this year. And my experiences, I just want to share my experiences with you guys. And yeah, let's get into the video. So, okay, let's jump into the pros. So the first pro is campus life. Campus life on GCU is always lively. They always have different activities for you to do, different games. There was some random dance parties that you had, movie nights on the quad. There's so many different activities on campus life, and because of COVID, we even had a lot of activities during COVID. So I think without COVID, it will be way more better, especially during like welcome week. I know there's like pool parties, cookouts, etc. And I think campus life was really a good pro for GCU. Another pro is food options. A lot of people put this on their cons list because I'll tell you later on in why I have it also in my cons. So for my pro, food options is good because you have Qdoba, The Habit, you have Taco Bell, they're also getting a Panera Bread, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Subway, Pita Jungle, and Jungle Juice. And there's also like different shops around campus, and these are so many food options and so many different tastes. If you have a taste for Mexican, go to Qdoba. If you have a taste for Chinese, go to Panda. If you have a taste for just regular American food, Chick-fil-A, which Chick-fil-A always has a long line, by the way. So if you want Chick-fil-A, you have to go early in the day. But the food options there, that's a really good pro. Another pro is the living facilities. Honestly, personally me, I lived in Prescott, and it was close to the food, close to Prescott Field, and close to all of my classes. If you want to be close to all of those, I suggest Prescott, Chaparral, and what is it called? Those two. I suggest Prescott and Chaparral because those two are close to everything. And those are for freshmen that are coming in. If you're a freshman here, I totally suggest those two. They're dorms and they were really cheap. Or you can do Roadrunner if you want more of an apartment style. That's also good for freshmen and it's close to everything as well. So the living facilities there are really great. You have the dorm style, which is 2 beds, 2 rooms on each side, and then you have a living room. And it's really good because it comes with a living room. Usually some places don't even come with a living room. You get a bathroom in your own room and you get a whole walk-in closet. So it's really, really nice. I suggest living there rather than the freshman dorms that are in the field area. So another pro is the activities on campus. I've already went over this earlier with campus life. But the activities are endless. Like every day there's something new to do. Like whether it's just going to table and getting free things. Like they give out free things at GCU, which is so cool. There's also like different cookouts. There was one late night, midnight breakfast, and they had like a whole band playing, and it was at midnight. So it's endless activities there at GCU, and I think it is really, really fun. Like I've been to silent disco, the midnight breakfast. We also had a black African American movie night, which was for Black History Month, and we watched Princess and the Frog, which was pretty cool. And we had like New Orleans style food on the side, which was really, really fun. So activities are endless at GCU. That's another pro. Another pro is nursing majors. GCU is mainly for nursing majors. Like that's their highest major and it's mainly a nursing school, but they added other majors, and it's becoming a more known school. But if you want to do nursing, I suggest really looking into GCU because their nursing majors, nursing students, everything is so educational, strong, and just good. Just good. Also, I think one of the best things for GCU is you pay in-state tuition. Me, I live out of state, but I'm paying what Arizona students would pay for school. Like, what? That is the best pro I've ever heard of because, one, you're saving money. Like, it's so good. Honestly, paying in-state tuition rather than out-of-state tuition for a school that you want to leave the state for. Like, I live about 21 hours away from the school and I'm still paying in-state tuition, which is a great thing. And I didn't have to do anything to get that in-state tuition. It comes with the school. So that's a really good pro if you're suggesting GCU. Another pro is Christian faith. So we are a Christian private affordable college. And if you're a Christian, I believe this school is really, really good for you. I'm not trying to sway you or anything, but if you want to. This school is really good for Christian life because we have Christian outreach, we have worship nights, we have different worship groups. It is really good, honestly. If you're trying to become a pastor or anything, we have theology classes. It's so good. And we also have every Monday we have a worship day which starts at 11, and it's not mandatory, but if you do want to go, they're wonderful to go to, so I really suggest. And then another pro, the last pro, is the overall people just in Arizona and GCU. They are so nice. Me moving from Missouri to go to Arizona, I was like, they're just saying hey to you. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey. I was like, oh, hey, you know? Like, people are just randomly saying hi to you. Like, that's so cool. Like, I'm a happy person, outgoing and stuff, and I like saying hi to people, and I like for them to say hi back. And people who say hi back to you just makes your day more happy, you know? And people say hi back, people say hey without saying, like when they see you, they say hey. I'm like, oh, hey, you know, let's be friends. Hello, my name is Raquel. Anywho, but yeah, honestly, those are some really good pros. Now the cons. So the first con is the security for me. Okay, so it's not the overall security. The security is great. It's just the amount of security you have on campus. Like, I get if it was outside of campus. I'll get later into that why it will be outside of campus, but it's just, it feels like an institution in a way. Like, especially like signing in. It's mainly the signing in part. So like when you're coming in around, I say around 9 p.m. They always have you sign in. It's a certain app you have to use just because of COVID and because you're coming in at around 9 o'clock and stuff like that. I guess that's when we don't have curfews, but they usually start signing people in at that time. So you have to log into this little app that you have to have. I think it's called the Engage app, and you have to sign in to your portal, and then you have to answer all these questions about COVID, making sure you don't have COVID. And it's just, I feel like it's a waste of time because if I show you my ID, I live here, so let me just get on campus, you know? But like, there's been multiple times where I came in like around 8 o'clock and they will already have it, and my phone would be dead, and I'd be like, wow, like, it's only 8 o'clock or something like that. And like, we would probably just be getting food or something like that, and it would be 8 o'clock, and I'd be like, wow, like, why do I have to sign in? You know, I could just show you my ID, and there'll be some will be strict, some won't be. So it just depends on the type of security guard you have working that night. But I just feel like that's one of the cons. It's not really serious, but it's a con for me. Oh, okay, so this con, the door being at 90 degrees when you have the opposite gender in your room, I put it as a con because it can be cons for a lot of people. But for me, it wasn't really a con. Like, because I had the last room on my floor, which was great. If you're becoming a freshman, make sure you get the last room, because one, and the last dorm, and then the last room, because you could play your music as loud as you want, but that's off the subject. But having the door at 90 degrees, honestly, people are just walking through, like, seeing through your room. Honestly, I don't like that. I like my door being closed regardless of anything. But it wasn't really a problem for me because we were the last dorm, and if we had our door open, no one would really walk past it. So I just felt like it'll be a con if you did have like a room that people had to walk past, because people are always walking past back and forth, back and forth. So that was a con that I just wanted to add to the list. Also, oh my gosh, this is what I hate. Like, you have hall curfews also for the opposite gender. It was 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. You can't have the opposite gender on your floor for 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. And if they see you, if your RAs see them on your floor between those times, you can get fined. And it's like, it's a big fine. So don't do it. I mean, I've never done it, but like, don't do it. Like, there's no point, you know? There's no point in having them there at 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. anyway. So just go to bed. Just go to bed. But yeah, so that was really, I put that on the con list because sometimes it can be annoying. Like, let's say you're having a game night with your friends and it turns to 10 p.m. so then they have to go off, or you have to go off the floor all the way to the bottom floor to play the game. That's kind of annoying because I remember I had a game night and it got to 10 o'clock or whatever, and we were playing Jenga. I think it was Jenga, and like we had to like just tell them to leave because we didn't want to all go downstairs, so we just had to tell them to leave. So that's just a con when you're having like a fun game night with your friends and family and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, another con. Oh my gosh, this probably has to be the worst con ever. Loud construction. Loud construction. And it be at 6 a.m. in the morning. I get that it's your job, but why 6 a.m. in the morning? I'm trying to sleep. I have a class at 7:30 and you got me up at 6. It'd be the loud construction for me. So basically I had my dorm was right outside from the dumpster, and every time at 6 a.m. in the morning, me and my roommate will wake up because the dumpster wants to bang on the dumpster. The dumpster man wants to bang on the dumpsters and stuff. Like, really? And then we were behind the parking lot as well, so there was like grass mower, the people who mowed the lawn, they were just always being loud at 6 a.m. Like, I get it, like I'm supposed to be up at 6 a.m. anyways, but if I don't want to be, I don't have to be. But you're waking me up, so might as well get up. It's just the loud construction. Don't get a dorm that's next to a dumpster or a parking lot. Just don't. Just don't. Okay, so I talked about it previously, like the food options is a pro, but it can also be a con because it does get boring in the way. Like, having the same food there, like you ate all the options already, it does get boring. Like, we do also have the cafeteria that does try and serve different sides each week, but having the same food for a while does get kind of boring. So just keep that in mind. Just because we do have a lot of food options doesn't mean you can't get bored of the options, because when I came in as a freshman, I'm like, we have a lot of food options, like how can I get bored? And then towards the second semester, towards the end, I'm like, I just want some Applebee's or some McDonald's. Like, I didn't even want the food options, but it just depends on your variety and like how much variety you want. But we are very, very fortunate to have that many food places on our campus, so I do love that. So it could be a con and a pro. It just depends on your aspect of it. Okay, so this is a con for personally me, but the grading system at first when I was a freshman, I was so confused because I would have like an A in the class. Well, I forgot the numbers, but it's like in hundreds, like 800 or something like that. I know I'm off, but like I haven't looked at the grading system like in a while. It's been like 2 months and I already forgot. But it was kind of confusing because it was in hundreds rather than like, well, you got a 98 or you got a 64. It's for GCU, you have to use this website called LoudCloud, and this is where you turn in all of your assignments. So when you turn in your assignments, you can go to your grade book, and usually like it's all in hundreds. So like, let's say you turn in an assignment, you get 100. Okay, well, it doesn't add 100 points to your grade, but it'll impact your grade more than rather a grade that's 10%. You know what I'm saying? So just look into that. It's going to be a little complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, you know, communicate with your teachers. That's one thing. Communicate with your teachers. That's all I can say. Communicate with your teachers with your grades, and you will have an A. Work hard and communicate. still have an A. And also learn, you know. Okay, this isn't really, I mean, for everybody it won't be a con, but the visitor hour rules, the visitor rules for, because of COVID, it was very difficult. Even though you don't have visitors, this isn't personally for me, but for people I've seen, visitors weren't allowed on campus as much this year because of COVID. So I don't know if it will be that way next year if you're coming in as a freshman for the fall of 2021. But just look into that. If you're wanting to bring a visitor in, just make sure that they allow the visitor to come on, and make sure that the security knows, because sometimes people who are visitors can get kicked off if like they're not signed in or anything like that. So just watch out for that. Okay, so this is the last con, but I feel like, I mean, it's not really a con, but I want to put it as a con, but the scooters and skateboards. It's not getting a scooter and skateboard, because I feel like you need a scooter and skateboard on campus, but they be zooming, especially through Lopes Way. Lopes Way is where all of our food is located. They be zooming, and if you don't watch out, you can get hit. There was one time where I was being on my phone, being a typical teenager. I was on my phone, and there was a skateboarder coming straight to me, and I was like, if I didn't look up at the time I did, I would have bumped into the skateboarder. It's just they be zooming. And then especially the electrical scooters, zooming. But that's okay, because I feel like everybody needs a scooter and skateboard on campus, just because the campus classes are so spread apart, where I feel like a scooter and skateboard will be beneficial, especially if you have classes that are far away from your dorm and you're trying to make it in like 5 minutes. That scooter will get you there in 3. So I really invest in a scooter or a skateboard, so that's one thing you should really do. So it's a pro and a con for scooters and skateboards. Just watch out where you walk. And then I have 2 neutrals. The 2 neutrals, one of them is pets. So for GCU, we are allowed pets on campus only if it's a service pet. But I think it is beneficial in a way, like people can have service cats, service dogs, service hamsters. I think you can have a fish on campus. I don't know for sure. I think I've seen people with fish on campus, but it's allowed. I mean, you just have to register your pet with GCU, and then it's registered on campus. So yeah, just don't bring a pet in if your RA doesn't know, because you can get fined. Yeah. So guys, those are all my pros and cons. These are my personal opinions, so don't take no offense to them. These are all that I've written down. And yeah, like, if you guys find these pros and cons very beneficial, just give me a like, subscribe down below, and comment down below and tell me what year you are in college, if you're going to college, and if you're going to high school, tell me what college you are trying to attend. I mean, if you're looking at this video, I think you want to do GCU, you know, Lopes up, but just tell me that, and yeah, Lopes up.